As I was saying, Uti, the word I'm looking for is ecstasy or frenzy, uh, where you literally enter into a space of losing your senses or your mind. You go crazy in a sense. And, it's that high factor. That's a fifth element to this um, dancing, drinking, and doing other things, which is interestingly in line with the five-pointed star. But again, angeke ubabhleme-ke mabethi it goes with the satanism lento. Of course, oh God being more Satan, you can't even take Christians seriously because nabo they are doing exactly the same thing that they are looking at others and criticizing them for. Because now, you find this dancing and the wine and the S and the frenzy. Mm. You get it? It's so prevalent. It's so. In fact, the things we hear and we see people getting up to in the churches is amazing. The club scene and the church scene are literally mirror images of each other. Just that the other side claims to be worshipping, the other one doesn't, but they literally do the same thing. You go to church, you sing, you get drunk, you do strange things, you get high. That's the thing. But I wanted us to focus on why is this exclusively a black people specialty, and why everyone seems to be okay, because they would hate you for anything else, just that particular thing. Why are they so okay with this one? You have to ask yourself, Uti, your enemy being your enemy, why would they be okay with one particular thing and not really appreciate everything else about you? It's strange. They came here, they called us the godless people, gave you the Bible, the missionaries gave you the church, and they were okay with you singing their hymns and all the dances and all those things. They didn't shut it down. So if you go into the understanding of the entire witchcraft and alchemy of it all, then it should tell you they were appreciative of the fact that we sort of exalt this Dionysus spirit on their behalf. You see? And this is how it benefits them. The fact that we exercise this dancing and drinking and all those things on their behalf, we exalt. You see? It goes further that they even taught us their music and gave us their instruments. And if you understand the spiritual science of it, is that anything or art form or instrument carries the intention of its creator. So if the white people gave you a guitar, they invented the guitar, they created the guitar, then that guitar carries that spirit and intention. This is an example. If they invented the piano and created the piano, then the intention and spirit behind the piano is carried forward. And when you partake and participate and play in these instruments, then you are perpetuating or you are exalting the spirit that is Now, I want us to look into this one very thoroughly because, in essence, through our music and dance and all these things, we become complicit in inculcating and implanting spirits into our community, in ourselves. Spirits that we don't know or even understand, for that matter. When we sing, dance, and make music, we invite and implant and inculcate spirits of a nature, and strangely and sadly enough, the nature of the spirit is devil. These are spirits that devalue us as a nation and a people. Whether it's in the church, clubs, festivals, anywhere, even your traditional dances, for that matter, go and examine them. Look at them carefully, see what they're actually about. Nature of the music and the dance is carried through, and where it comes from. So you would have to go back in time to figure out and find out who taught AmaZulu ukusina and the drum play. What was that for? You go back, you go to Dogoni in Mali, because they tend to keep their thing for a very long time. They tend to be more, they appear quite mystical, and they've carried traditions. Remember, I was telling you, Uti, they even have a tradition of literally hiding the bodies of their dead. They don't bury like on a low level. They have entire tombs on sides of cliffs where they put bodies according to the families. Each family would have a tomb there, and where it puts its people. And that's because in the past, what happened in Mali was that when the Norma would come, they would literally abduct people. And the safety lied with them having to go and hide on the cliffs. And then they realized that whether they were living or dead, it didn't matter. So even the dead were not safe from the abduction of the normal. So they would take them, they would take even the dead now, go and put them. That's where it came from. Now, you go and you listen to some of their stories, they tell you the dances that they are doing, they learned from the ancient people. And it was a way of recording a memory about the normal. That's why they wear those strange looking masks. They wear these strange looking masks and they dance in a particular way. So it goes back to the gods. And what do I tell you about the gods? The gods are just devils by another name. Literally illegal aliens on this planet whose job is to devalue and bring us down to a low vibration and a lesser species than we were originally. This is where your dancing comes from. This is where your dancing comes from. Now, it can be useful for someone who understands sounds, vibration, and what they can do for you if you intend to transcend into another plane. But what's the point of transcending to another plane when you are so caught up in these evil spirits and you worship them? Now, music being the universal language or the language of the universe for that matter, it is the one medium that we can literally bring about any kind of energy and spirit that we want into this play. But the music that they've got us into over thousands and thousands of years has not done that. There has been no healing coming out of our music. We've seen a lot of self-destruction and decimation of our people, all the way to our consciousness. Song, dance, drinking. This is why anyone who loves dancing definitely loves their alcohol, because the spirit that is carried through, even in ancient times, it went hand in hand with the sokam beer. Yes. And in our minds, we've been taught to know this thing has to do with jubilation and joy and good time and all those things. Yeah, ecstasy. That's part of it. Not happiness. Joyfulness and happiness are other things entirely. They have nothing to do with dancing and singing. But ecstasy does. Now, you really have to examine these things. I know it's difficult because some of you imagine that, it's a culture. Baba bayenza, Usman baba bayenza, like you've infused your identity to this thing that your ancient people were doing for the gods. It's strange, our obsession with things that really do not do us any good. It's a very strange thing. But then it goes further to, affirm my point that I've been making for years here, is that you are a people who are possessed by devils. I don't know whether you are wittingly or unwittingly, but the fact of the matter is the spirits that you are communing with are spirits that are there to destroy you. Whether you're communing with them in the church or you're communing with them in the clubs, in the streets, in the mountains, wherever you are communing with them, they decimate our nation. You don't have to go far to prove this. It's our reality, we live it. And any kind of spirit that decimates us, the body, decimates us, the nation, decimates us in wealth anyway, and puts us under subjugation by other people for thousands and thousands of years, slavery, what, nobody gives a damn about our justice. Any spirit that you commune with that brings us to that position of division and lack of leadership is the spirit of devils. Because the word devil comes from the word to devalue. They are not your friends or Dionysus. Bawo Satan. Bonke benoYahweh nobani bani. Bonke labantu and badansela and bakhonze who have done nothing for you. Bawo Satan again. Yaivak. Not this boogeyman thing that they keep selling you. Watch out for the boogeyman. Uzokufaka esihogweni, come into the church and sing and dance and drink wine. Bambile futhi nalapho. I've said it many times. Ngisho ungashona ngaphi, you are covered. Kadewe. There's no way out for you, because lento eyenziwe for thousands and thousands of years ikhandwa. And I think we make the mistake, I'll keep saying over and over, you underestimate our enemies. You underestimate them too much. You don't give these Europeans credit for the game abayidlalile kuthina. There's some serious chess these people played. Until you take them seriously and really take them seriously and really appreciate the amount of work they've done to get you this far, get you this low on the ground, until you appreciate that, you are not going to be getting anywhere. This is why I'm getting Kulmanan. This man is some crazy man, and you don't listen. You don't take it serious. So, some of you do. Some of you have seen the things that I've seen. And I can tell you, if you come to this channel, you are definitely going to start seeing things. You know, and it works well, you know, for them, you know, for you to just like not really hear. It works very well. You know, or to hear later, because you notice like, some people, if you push into manage and they'll pick it up 5 years later, it clicks to them. It works very well for them because it guarantees we can't do a very quick, counter. I have to convince 4 or 5 of you to join me in particular missions to counter, when I actually need 100,000 or even 200,000 of you to do a counter successfully. With shy counter nabantu about 5, it takes 5 years to come into effect. Because we are dealing with serious magic here. And if we don't actively dispel this magic that is happening, it's going to take a while. Or it's about 4, it's about 5. At least the campaign, then I'm guaranteed it's about 20 or 25 there maximum. Then we do some things. Okay. Meanwhile, millions of you unibhizi laphana nenza ama-concerting laphana ngenamsebenzi walutho. Yagijima niyabonza lawo elanga laphana nithi bani, this or that. We are here in this plane to worship every Sunday. Millions of you are in the church doing God knows what. Reinforcing a magic that is done on you. Can you imagine how naive an entire people have to be to not even be able to check themselves against other people? Like you guys don't even take some time to check yourselves. Okay, right. Sila abanye balaphan senza nje bona banza njeyani. How come kukanje? It is the most amazing thing to notice and witness. I'm like, ay. So you make all these dances, you make all this music. All this music you're making, beautiful music. I always say, Uti, it's strange, Utu Brakot, ndo nimkhonza kangaka, nimenzele music omuhle, imidansi emihle emasontweni, nimfakele nama-uniform, nibe bahle, kube ngathi nje uthi angena esontweni lento amnyama, yabona ukuthi hayi ngathi sezulwini-ke manje-ke. Uze uthi hayi cha, hayi sezulwini-ke manje-ke, kuyakhuphuka manje, uyabona ukuthi angena manje umfundisi ezulwini, ayibona indlela. And Brachi just doesn't like, okay guys, awuthi nginizame ngento encane-ke nani-ke nibone ukuthi-ke nenze njani. Ngeke ukudlala ezinye ingane, akakho nje, not even a small nyana piece kulezi zinto lezi eziyimbuso yasemhlabeni, ukuthi okay, thathani lokhu-ke nikontroleke ukuze niphile, nizondle, nichume, nibuse emhlabeni. Okuncane nje esiliva, everyone has their thing. Just not black people. You know, and it's amazing because seemingly we have everything, but we have nothing. Because people can just come in, they can con us and take real things. They come here with things that don't really exist. They came with figment of their imaginations and left with actual tangible value items. You have to go into the whole thing of the economy of this country or this continent to really realize. When they talk about investors, for example, this company is coming into South Africa to explore. Oh, yeah, they found some deposits. I'm hearing a talk about some gold deposits that have been found. So there's going to be a new gold mine that's going to be open in this country very soon. Now, here's how those people work. They come here, they do the whole survey, geology, like, okay, discover. And then they tell the government, listen, we found this much gold and it's going to be this much. So we want to set up a mine here. But there's a lot of mining rights. And then to start the work, they say, okay, we need 500 billion, which we will pay back. And this is how they set up shop in this country. They don't bring their own dollars to come and set up anything in Africa. They use Africa's money to set up shop and then pay back the government and take all the profits home. And then you ask yourself now, but come on. Why can't the government say, oh, okay, siyabonga nisitholele igolide, okay, sharp. Malini kambe le survey again, okay, bamba now 55 million. Right, sharp, okay, hambani ekhaya, let's do our thing. So you understand what African governments can literally start their own mines if they wanted to. They can, but they won't. Oh, what a scam. We have everything, but we have nothing. Nothing. I kid you not, they don't use any of their money to build any mine or any company on this continent. That's just how it goes. It's a very serious scam that's going on here. But yes, because nilibele ukudansa, nilibele ukuphuza, nilibele S, nilibele to go into a frenzy and lose your mind, ecstasy. That's all. That's all.